Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frank Lamoreaux Field here in Attica, Ohio. We are live here with the pregame show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant for this N10 rivalry matchup between the Seneca East Tigers and the Upper Sandusky Rams. It's Nate Mullins and Connor Roush with you on the call. I was so used to saying Tommy Hall on the call that, Connor, sorry about that.
All good.
All right, so we're tuned in here on the pregame show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Once again, we want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We want to thank your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope in Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We've got our first pitch coming up next, and it's brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Top of the first coming up. And leading off for the Upper Sandusky Rams is number 33. Gotta make sure I get his name right because they don't have the first name. It's Ethan Hill. Playing center field tonight, and that first pitch in there for a strike. Once again, first pitch brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll get a look at our pitching matchup here in just a moment, and we'll talk about keys to the game. Of course, pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments, and our keys to the game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. I want to thank our pregame show sponsor, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, once again for bringing you today's pregame show. As that one just outside, and it's 1-2 the count here on Ethan Hill. Hill on the season, a 194 hitter, but a 359 on-base percentage, so he's got a good eye. And here he's worked himself back into the count. After falling behind 0-2, it's now even at 2-2. That one in there for a strike. As getting the strikeout there is Caden Fritz. We'll talk about Fritz in this pitching matchup here today. One of the dynamite pitchers here for Seneca East. Fritz on the season 2-0, 20 innings pitched, 1.05 ERA. And he's got 15 strikeouts on the season. That one hit into right field, and it's just out of reach of the second baseman who misplays it. I thought he had it, but I might have lost it in the sun there, Connor. I don't know. Did you get a good look at that from where you were at?
Yeah, he had traveled quite a bit there, and the wind is kind of a big factor today, too. The wind's blowing pretty heavy out here.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was number 8, Caden Holman.
Good to hear his name.
Oh, absolutely. Holman on the season, a 606 hitter. Did you hear that right, Connor? 606 on the season for Caden Holman.
That's crazy, especially 3 weeks into the season. That's some good numbers to be throwing up.
And now at the plate, Blaze Gallant. On the season, Gallant is a 333 hitter, 7 hits and 27 at-bats. I'm sorry, 9 hits and 27 at-bats. That one hit to the shortstop. Glove, throw to first, and they get the first out, or second out of the inning. That'll push Holman over to third base. So the Rams have a runner at third, scoring position for Evan Heinzman. I need to get my pen out because coaches were nice enough to give me starting lineups, and we'll go through those here in just a moment, but no first names, all just first initials. So I've got to play the guessing game here, and luckily there's a website out there that helps me with that. Lonnie McMillan from the N10 does a great job putting together all the stats every week. And luckily, I've got access to that so I can go on there and find their full names so these players get the credit they deserve here tonight. Or, I could look at the bottom of the darn roster and see that they... Oh, no, those are just additional players. Sorry.
You got hit. Oh, that hit his back. It looked like it hit the back of his neck.
So
they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, that'll put Heinzman on first. So runners at the corners now with 2 down. Here in the top of the first, no score.
They're going to go out and talk about it, but I thought I just heard body, no bad at all.
Yeah, I think it might have hit off the back of his neck, and the sound that they heard might have been the ball ricocheting off his helmet.
That's very possible, yeah. And now you got runners on the corner.
2 down, runners on the corners for Gavin Fry. Fry on the season, a .346 hitter. 9 hits and 26 at-bats. He's driven in 4. He'd like to add 1 more. That one in there for a strike from Fritz.
When it stays at first, as you saw there, the catcher going up in front of home plate. It's pretty typical when you have runners at the corners because the first baseman will steal and try to have the third base runner go home.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you want to do as a base runner on first. You're trying to entice the catcher and the pitcher to throw that ball over to second so you can get that runner in. This one hit into right field and right at the second baseman, who retreats into the outfield to make the catch for the final out. We head to the bottom of the first. No score here between Seneca East and Upper Sandusky.
Way to pick himself up there.
Absolutely. Got himself out of the jam. Gave up the 1-out double, but I don't even think you would call that a double. It was an error, wasn't it? Misplayed by the second baseman, I think.
Yep, I had an error on that play.
So, either way, Fritz gets out of it unscathed. And here we are in the bottom of the first. Let's take a moment to thank all of our sponsors here, and then we'll talk about Keys to the Game, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Getting ready to start the bottom of the first here. I want to cut to our sky cam, but it's just a little bright out, and it's like the sun is right in our sky cam, so we'll give you a perspective here in just a moment. As that's what our that's what our sky cam looks like because of the sun. But back to the main cam here. Connor Roush on the main cam. Nate Mullins on the call with you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We get ready to start the bottom of the first. No score here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, if you're listening to this broadcast, you have an exciting opportunity ahead of you. Well, you can just give your friends at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant a call and place a to-go order or a delivery order, or you can even go in there and eat yourself. And I'll tell you what, just today only, if you're listening to this broadcast, if you're listening, chips on me. Chips and salsa on me. Okay? So, everybody out there that's listening, call in your order, pick up, delivery, dine in, whatever you want. As many chips and salsa as you want. Tell them that Heart of Ohio Sports sent you, though, okay? Can't beat those chips and salsa. I was out there yesterday for lunch. That one misses. 2-1 the count here. As Number 28, Aiden Hines leading off for Seneca East. This one hit to the second baseman, gloves and throws to first for the first out here in the bottom of the first.
One thing I noticed, Nate, is Coleman's playing shortstop, so he's playing both sides of the field today.
Yeah, that's a good observation. On the mound today for the Rams, Caleb Francis, 0-2 on the season. He's got a 3.39 ERA, just 5 earned runs, but 10 and a third innings pitched. As this one's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. And the runner will be in safely at second base with a 1-out double. As I didn't even catch the license plate on that one. Connor, you got a number on that guy on second base? I was too busy talking.
Just give me a moment. I'm readjusting my receivers here. All right, let's see then. There's a 2. Number 29.
All right, Caden Fritz, the pitcher, doing his part with a 1-out double. That'll bring up number 13, Nicholas Parks. Parks watches the first pitch as that one just outside for a ball.
So far this season, Texas has been playing very well in league play.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are 4-1, I do see, in league play today's game.
Well, Connor, I mean, all we have to do is go to your Facebook page, Connor Roush Reporter, and you can find out where they're at in the standings.
That's right.
Because you just posted the standings.
Yep.
Yeah, you just posted the standings yesterday. As of yesterday, Mohawk in the lead with a 4-0 record in league play, 7-0 overall. Seneca East, 4-5 overall, but 4-1 in league play. So, great start here in league play for the Tigers.
Really between these three teams here, Upper, Seneca East, and Mohawk right now for the top of the league.
Yeah. As that one hit. And it's going to get down. And the runner's safe at the plate. Throw down to second, and they get the runner at second base. So Parks drives in a run, but is thrown out at second base trying to extend there. So that's going to give the Tigers the lead.
I don't know if you noticed that, Nate, but there was an error there off of the glove.
Is that what it was? It got through. I know.
It wasn't clean off the Holman's glove, and it rolled all the way to pretty much second base. And allowed that run to score.
And Halter misses with that one. Jacob Halter, the pitcher for the Rams. That one misses. 2-0 the count. 1-0 Seneca East here in the bottom of the first. That one grounded to third. Throw over to first, and they get Bowerman as Jake Bowerman grounds out to end the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 1-0 Seneca East. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Yep, that's well.
And we're back here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. We get ready to start the top of the second inning. And your producer needs to update the graphic here. Flying solo tonight. Once again, top of the second inning, 1-0 Seneca East. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you here for this N10 rivalry matchup. And folks, let's take a look at this, the debut of our pitch cam.
That would truly good to know.
Right here at the plate, Justin Heilman. As Heilman on the season, a .360 hitter. This is going to be fun. I got to play a little back and forth. I like this. 2 different camera angles. Connor, we're not used to having this. This is really cool. Hit back up the middle and through the infield for a base hit as Heilman works his way on with a leadoff single.
I just want to chip in real quick. But look at the Rams' new uniforms that they just got.
Oh, those
Very,
are
very
crispy.
cool.
They're crispy. Those uniforms are, I mean, wow. I love the pinstripes. Anything with pinstripes, I'm all about it.
Oh,
Snap
yeah.
throw back to first and runner in safely.
Wish they keep that camera angle there.
Currently at the plate, number 42, Caleb Francis.
You got a bloody nose, I believe.
Who's got a bloody nose?
Third baseman, Hart.
Third baseman?
Yep.
Oh, hopefully he's okay. I don't know when that happened. Must have been on the slide. He slid into second base there in the bottom of the first.
I heard him in the dugout here saying he got pegged in the face helmet area at second base.
That'll do it.
Probably off the tank there.
That will do it. Once again, Caleb Francis at the plate. Francis on the season, hitting .458, 8 hits and 24 at-bats. You notice a trend here with these batting averages, Connor? This team batting .354 as a team altogether.
Upper has always been known as a good hitting team.
Oh, yeah. Solid. 1 through 9 lineup here today for the Rams.
Absolutely.
Squares to bunt. Pitcher comes off the mound, throws to second, but they're not in. Yeah, they do get the lead runner. That was a close play. We need a replay sponsor before we can start doing instant replays. So if you're listening and you're a business and you're trying to get on board with us, still looking for an instant replay sponsor, I'd love to be able to provide some instant replays, but that's an added little bonus when we get more sponsors. So once again, get on board with us, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. And that one, I think, was just outside. No, it was in there for a strike.
Strike.
Jacob Halter at the plate. Snap throw over to first. And Francis is back safely. Of course, they're going to keep an eye on him over there. They're going to keep an eye on Francis over there. He's got 10 steals on the season, so. This one fouled back. We'll come back and do it at 0-2. One out.
Tell you what, Nate, you can't ask for a better day of baseball.
Oh, it's beautiful here today. Once again, just like yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to give you a weather report, but we need a sponsor for that too, you know. That's just the things that we like to provide. We like to make sure that our sponsors can benefit from those things, you know. So
Absolutely.
I don't want to just give away something that we usually charge for.
And it's early enough in the season you can get on many, many games this year with us.
Absolutely right, Connor. And one thing that some businesses are starting to take advantage of is our legacy program. You know, instead of just trying to get on board with us for every season and me having to hit you up 3 times a year, throw down to second, and the runner's in safely as Francis steals his 11th base of the season. But no, as I said, it's still early, and there's still time to get on board with us, but the legacy program is like a year-long program, and you can pay monthly, you can pay for the full year, but it's just another added benefit. It gives you a little bit more benefits as well that come along with it. So a lot of sponsors
It's a
are buying
very
onto
great
that.
opportunity.
Yeah. This one hit over the outstretched arms of the second baseman, and the runners are going to hold at third and first. So runners at the corners here. In the top of the second, Rams threatening with just one out.
Give credit to Robinson there in right field, holding the runner up at third and not tying this game up at 1.
Yeah. Josh Heilman at the plate. Throw down to second is not in time, and the runner's in safely. So runners now at second and third with still just one out. So 2 runners in scoring position for Heilman here. Opportunity.
From my experience there, usually whenever a runner takes second, the catcher would just throw it to the pitcher there so that runner at third doesn't advance to home.
Unless that catcher has a lot of confidence in his arm.
In which we just saw that there.
I think that's really what it comes down to is you got a guy behind the plate who's got a lot of confidence in himself, and when that happens, he's trying to get that run. He's trying to get that runner, get that extra out. Swing and a miss.
Big off-speed pitch there. Gets them to 2 strikes.
That one in there for a strike 3 called. That is a big strikeout there for Caden Fritz.
You know what I just noticed there from Fritz, Nate?
Composure?
Yeah, he is not even phased.
Not in the least.
Dialed in.
Absolutely. And that one in there for a strike. Or no, they're going to say that missed for a ball. So just outside. Having some color issues with our camera here. I don't know what's going on. We got a lot of blue. Swing and a miss.
Tell you what, Francis here on third base is almost going halfway down the baseline. So if anything gets past the catcher here, he's got a good chance of scoring. Watch his leadoff here, Nate.
Yeah, he is challenging home plate.
He's hungry to tie the game.
Runners at second and third. 2 down. Top of the second. Rams threatening, trailing by 1. The pitch just misses. Ethan Hill, the batter. 194 hitter on the season. Back at the top of the order here for the Rams. And that one in there for a strike. Brings the count to a full count now, 3-2.
He had that bloop in right field his last at bat, so anything off the field, we're going to have both runners going home.
And it misses the strike zone to load the bases here. As up strolls Caden Holman. Not the guy you want at the plate with the bases loaded.
What was that batting average again, Nate?
Oh, 606.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, that's getting it done at the plate. And there it goes through the infield and past the center fielder. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. They're waving home the other runner. 3 runs will score. Holman, I think he's going to get the red light at third, but a triple will clear the bags and put a 3 spot on the board for the Rams. Caden Holman now 2 for 2, and the Rams lead 3-1. That's a nice piece of hitting right there. Took the first pitch he saw and put it up the middle.
Stayed back on it and got the pitch that he wanted. Great at that. Nothing feels better than clearing the bases, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good feeling, especially with 2 outs. You get that done with 2 outs, I mean, that's that's a pump your chest kind of moment, Fritz fires that one right in the strike zone, and I think he's just, he's frustrated because he knows if he'd have just got that last hitter, he wouldn't have had to face Holman with the bases loaded. If he'd have got Hill instead of walking him. And that is the final out here in the top of the second. But damage is done. The Rams tack on 3. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 3-1, Upper Sandusky. Nate Mullins on the call with you here. Connor Roush, Mr. Details on the main cam. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Frank Lamoreaux Field. Take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here because, folks, without them, well, it's just not possible. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. It's just the truth. Once again, we want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Back on the bump, Jacob Halter, for his second inning of work, gave up a run in the bottom of the first, but was able to get out of a jam to limit the damage to just 1 run.
Game kind of going as expected.
Absolutely.
Both sides being very aggressive at the plate. As you see, we're 3-1 at the bottom of the second.
Right?
This wind, though, I'm telling you, we still have some good wind down here on the field. It's blowing somewhere. It's blowing third base side.
Not too bad, but it's definitely cooling out here because nice warm temperatures here today, 77 degrees. That one in there for a strike. What's that?
And a t-shirt. When I can go to a baseball game in a t-shirt and shorts, it's going for a good day.
100%. I'm with you. Blake Foose at the plate for the Tigers. Foose on the season, 6 hits and 24 at-bats. That's good for a .250 batting average. Fouls that one straight back, up over the fence.
He's a very talented athlete here at Seneca East, 3-sport athlete.
Right. Gets it done.
QB in football, big part of basketball, and now we're here with him playing center field.
Base knock right up the middle.
Right to center field.
A lot of those hits have been straight up the middle today, Connor.
They have, which is a sign that the batters are waiting back and not getting in front of the ball and getting good contact as we're seeing so far.
We have a runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Braden Robinson at the plate for the Tigers. That one misses. Robinson on the season, 6 hits and 22 at-bats. That's good for a .273 batting average. Squares to bunt. And a throw over to first. They get the runner. They pick him off. Foose got caught sleeping over there. Nice pickoff move there. As I'll tell you what, Halter, that was a snap move to first there, Connor. I mean, wow.
That was.
And Robinson takes a hack at that one and misses. 1-1 the count.
He had a good lead there at first.
Yeah. Oh, he was looking. He was looking to get a little action in the stolen base column. Foose has 6 on the year, so he's looking to add one more.
Trying to help himself after that mishap there in center field. Caden cleared the bases there that last inning. Top of the inning, actually.
And the 2-1's fouled back. We'll come back and do it at 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Nobody on. 3-1 Upper Sandusky on top here at Frank Lamoreaux Field. I
like how this field is, Nate. And the dirt path to the mound reminds me of the Tigers field.
And that will put Robinson on base. So Braden Robinson draws a 1-out walk. That'll bring up Blake Bum. Ooh, Robinson back safely. And I'll tell you what, man. Halter once again back with the throw and got him. Wow. Halter does not like runners on the base paths, Connor. Wow.
He definitely got him there. Very, very quick pickoff move. Getting it down quick hard.
Blake Bum at the plate. 2 down, nobody on. You're in the bottom of the second. That one misses. That one hit down the right side and foul.
Do we have any stats on?
That's something they should keep track of. All right, 3-1.
Man, that's
3-1 Upper Sandusky. We head to the top of the third. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability.
I want to and Jim Schwartz in there.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here. A little mishap there. Engineer problems here. Pushing too many buttons here in the press box. Thanks for tuning in here with us. We start the top of the third as the Upper Sandusky Rams leading 3-1, and due up to bat next for the Rams is number 3, Evan Heinzman. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you today. First pitch from Fritz is a swing and a miss. Heinzman on the season, .321 hitter. This one hit back up to the pitcher, and Fritz calmly gloves it and throws it over to first for the first out. That was a casual out there, Connor.
I definitely want. And that he's feeling good after getting a quick first out here.
Yeah. Talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. For today, with this pitching matchup, I think the key for Seneca East is you just gotta stay in this thing. Keep it close. Don't let this Rams team explode offensively. Don't let them have a big inning where they run away with this one. If you keep this close, you got a chance. Your home crowd is going to spur you on in the late innings, give you a little bit more energy. You want to try to keep this one close as you get closer to the end of this game. I think that's going to be key for Seneca East is defensively, they've got to stay behind their pitcher here. So it's going to be key for Seneca East not to make too many errors, as we've had, I think, 2 so far on the Tigers. So I think that's would be my key to the game for Seneca East is play error-free baseball from here on out. And the first batter of the second batter of the inning is a walk, so 1-out walk drawn by Gavin Fry. We'll talk about for Upper Sandusky. I think they really, the key for them is get an early lead, in which they've done. That was one of my notes in the notes. It said if they can get out to an early lead, they can lean on their pitching a little bit here. And I'll tell you, Halter's pitched a heck of a game so far, settled in after that rough first inning. And those 2 pickoffs there in that second inning really, I mean, that's going to give him some energy. So I think for this Upper Sandusky team, keep adding to this score. Try to add some more runs, put a little bit more distance between you and the Tigers because you don't want to keep this thing close if you're the Rams. This one, throw down to second, and they got him. Got the runner at second. And what a throw.
That's what, like 2 or 3 caught stealing today and then the 2 kickoff. What a defensive outing so far.
Caution on the base paths. This one fouled straight back. Currently at the plate, Justin Heilman. Heilman, a .360 hitter, 9 hits in 25 at-bats. 2-2 the count here on Heilman.
You know, team is, I don't believe they have in a batter in the lineup today.
This one grounded back up the middle. Second baseman Gloves throws to first, and they get the out for the final out. So a 1-2-3 inning for kind of for Caden Fritz.
3 batters.
We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Upper Sandusky. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you here today. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports on a beautiful evening for baseball here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our pregame show sponsor. We also want to thank Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, our postgame show sponsor. Our Sky Cam, we'll just say our pitch cam today brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. UIS Insurance and Investments is your pitching matchup sponsor here tonight. Keys to the Game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering, and our first pitch was brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Any calls to the bullpen will be brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. And we also want to thank Clouse Electric and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting for all their contributions to this broadcast. Folks, if you're out there watching the broadcast and you want to know how you can get on board, just shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Or you can just message the Facebook page. If you're watching on Facebook, shoot us a message or drop a comment in the comment section saying, hey, how do I sponsor? We'd be more than happy to get on board with you and get you on board with the winning team here at Heart of Ohio Sports. Also, still looking for suggestions for our Leaving a Legacy segment, as we'll be filming that segment this weekend, and which will air next week during the postgame show, the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. So, still looking for some suggestions out there. If you know any local leaders, coaches, athletic directors, administrators, even former players, assistant coaches, volunteers, anyone who, runs a sports organization, maybe a youth sports organization, anybody who you consider to be someone who is leaving a legacy in this area or in our community, reach out to us. Tell us, hey, this is somebody you need to interview. Because I've got a list of people, but I'm sure there's some people I'm not thinking of, so I could use your help. The 1-1 is in there for a strike. Luke Mason at the plate. Boy, Connor, he was a lot of fun to watch on the basketball floor, I'll tell you what.
Yes, he was.
This young man was electric. One of the best push passers I've seen in the high school level, because you don't see that push pass very often, and he's perfected it. This one fouled straight back. And it's 2-2 the count on Mason. Luke Mason on the season, a 200 hitter, 3 hits and 15 at-bats. As he hits that one straight back up the middle to the second baseman. Gloves, throws to first, and they get the first out of the inning here. 3-1, Upper Sandusky on top of Seneca East here at Frank Lamoreaux Field. live from the jungle, as we like to say. And a swing and a miss. As Branson Fennell
Connor Roush.
Well, Connor, trying to call in here. Lost your signal there. I don't know what happened, but we got you back. We're good. Branson Fennell at the plate. Watches that one. Strike 3. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes. I'll tell you what, Caleb Francis has really settled in, Connor.
For sure. He's been looking sharp so far today. Really dialed in.
2 outs, bottom of the third. Aiden Hines at the plate for the Tigers.
I believe we're right to the top of the lineup here.
Back to the top of the lineup, yep. Hines, the leadoff hitter, playing shortstop. And they misses with that one. 2-1 the count here on Hines. Aiden Hines on the season hitting 200. And he golfs that one into right field. But right at the right fielder for the final out here in the bottom of the third. We head to the top of the fourth inning with the Rams on top, 3-1. Seneca East due up to bat, or Seneca East coming back out on the field for defense. We'll be right back after this. You are watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your local homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144.
Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Seneca East High School here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Nate Mullins on the call with Connor Roush. It takes a lot for me to stop myself from saying on the call with Tommy Hall. And so I keep trying to say,
very well.
I keep trying to say on the call with Connor Hall. It's like, that's not, it's not the way.
Sorry, Tommy, but I am not your son.
Top of the fourth, Caden Fritz on the mound for the Tigers. Up high. At the plate, number 42, Caleb Francis.
Francis roughing that Robbie Jack. Wow. can't even talk.
Robbie Jackinson.
Jackie Robinson jersey. As yesterday was Jackie Robinson Day in the MLB. Everyone rocking the 42.
That's awesome. Francis on the season, a .458 hitter. And he hits that one to the shortstop. Misplays it. The throw over to first. Oh, not in time. Francis just able to beat it out.
Good hustle there.
And he was hustling out of the box. I mean, that was he was on his horse. Of course, he already has a stolen base. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I had to.
He's already got a stolen base here today, so I imagine he's probably going to be trying for one here, and Fritz is going to be keeping him honest. And there's a quick throw over to first. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. 3-1 Upper Sandusky. Squares to bunt, and nicely done as he forces the pitcher off the mound. And he does his job, moves the runner over into scoring position. Nicely done there by the pitcher, Jacob Halter. That'll bring up Josh Heilman. Heilman, the 9-hitter, or at the bottom of the lineup here. But don't let that fool you. He's a 360 hitter with a 419 on-base percentage. As Heilman by the third baseman.
Off the glove.
I was going to say, I thought that either hit the bag or the glove. I knew it skipped off of something.
He dived for the ball and then he had it. Just bounced right out of the glove there.
So now runners at first and third with one out.
And get the call from the catcher again.
And that will bring up Ethan Hill. Throw back to first. And the runner dives back safely.
Look at this, Nate. Runner on the corner, one out, and we have none other than Hellman on deck.
And once again, bunted back to the pitcher. He looks back the runner at third. And they got the runner caught in a rundown here. And they do get the runner at third. Francis caught out in no man's land.
I'll be honest with you, Nate. If he made a smooth, clean slide there, he wasn't safe. But how he slid his arms, he was kind of like swimming on the ground there with his arms. So not being able to reach there got him out.
And that's one of those instances where he probably just didn't know which arm he wanted to go with. He's like, do I go to the outside to the right or outside to the left? And, oh, I don't know. That'll bring up Caden Holman. Runners on first and second with two outs. Holman responsible for the 3 runs on the board for the Rams as he hit a bases clearing triple in the top of the second inning.
He's 2 for... Jump for the Tigers, though, to get that runner out at third.
Yeah.
You have to worry about someone going 180 feet now instead of 90.
Exactly. Holman is 2 for 2. I'll tell you, Connor, if he hits another one like he did last time, it's not going to matter where the runner's at. He could be at home plate. He might come home. Caden Fritz comes set. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Now that was a nice pitch there. Took a little bit off of that one.
Off speed.
Yeah,
exactly. Another thing too, Nate, is I like how a lot of the baseball players
That one up high. And the throw down is not in time from the catcher. Nearly got that runner sleeping down there at second base.
Oh. Holman's a pitcher, so you know how he knows how to work the count.
Exactly. Live.
Another one.
He's not going anywhere.
Coleman's like, I'm not going down easy.
That one hit straight up and back over.
Just behind those bleachers there.
Just over the bleachers.
Double-digit pitch at bat. I had one of those yesterday at Old Fort, a 10 pitch at bat, which resulted in a double.
That's usually what happens when you get deep in the count like this. You start fouling off a bunch of pitches. The pitcher starts to get frustrated and just gives you one that you want. That's the key for Fritz here. Don't give in. He'd rather put him on than give him something he wants. That one driven into left field. Left fielder retreating over his head. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Caden Holman, 3 for 3 with all 5 runs batted in.
Got the ball player right there. Way to stay patient. And
wow.
And drive that ball where it was. Going inside.
It's now 5-1 Rams as Caden Holman doing his part. He said, hey, guys, I know you guys are here to cover because you thought I was going to be pitching, but I'll still put on a show for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.
Fritz rocks and fires, and that one's in there for a strike. Blaze Gallant at the plate for the Rams. And they look the runner back to second. No throw.
Just a little twist and turn.
That one hit into the air. Center fielder makes the play for the final out. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-1 Upper Sandusky. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you here today. Thanks for tuning in on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Take a moment here and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here for today's broadcast on a beautiful Tuesday evening at Frank Lamoreaux Field. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope in Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And give a shout out to our SkyCam sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore.
Yeah. You want a score update, Nate?
Yeah, how about a score update?
We have fifth-ranked Calvert in D4 overplaying at Liberty Benton, which is seventh-ranked in D3. Games in the bottom. Hit it, dude.
I'm sorry, you broke up there, Connor. What'd you say?
Calvert's over at Liberty Benton today. Calvert's fifth-ranked team in D4, and Liberty Benton's ranked seventh in D3, and it's tied at 2 in the bottom of the third.
Tied at 2 in the bottom of the third?
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. Calvert and Liberty Benton, a couple of top teams in the area, one in Division III, one in Division IV, tied at 2 apiece. That one hit down the left side and fair. And that's going to be a leadoff double for the pitcher, Caden Fritz.
That's just the way you want to start the inning.
Oh, 100%.
Especially from the pitcher. So, give you confidence for himself and the team. See what the Tigers can rally up here. Yeah, that was a nice hit. Baseline.
That really was. Good piece of hitting right there by Caden Fritz. That'll bring up Nicholas Parks. Parks playing third base here today. Hit back to the pitcher. Looks back the runner at second. And they get the force at first for the first out. So the runner stays at second base. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. As that'll bring up Jake Bowerman, the catcher. Bowerman, one of the best defensive catchers in the area. Made a name for himself behind that plate. Batting 250. Go ahead.
Whoops, sorry. I was going to say.
This one hit to the center fielder. And nice play there.
No, what I was going to say is who isn't talented in our area? It's ridiculous the talent we got in our coverage area here.
We got lucky when we decided we were going to start doing baseball because we picked the right time to start covering baseball, that's for sure.
Sure did. Battle in both the SBC River and Lake, and then here in the end 10.
That went in there for a strike. As you can see, I made my adjustment there. Now it's the pitch cam is now the sky cam, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, because our sky cam is way too bright to try to use today. So this one hit foul by Blake Foose. Foose got on board back in the second inning, but was thrown out. Caught sleeping at first base as one of 2 pickoff moves by the pitcher, Caleb Francis. I'm sorry, Jacob Halter, not Caleb Francis.
just a bit high.
Halter has really settled in here. Giving up just the 1 run, and that's back in the first. Since then, nothing doing for these Tigers. He's not getting a lot of strikeouts either. It's just been a lot.
Which you get those pitchers, though, to where they pitch a lot into having the ball in play, and you're deep into getting those out.
Exactly. Swing and a miss. Foose goes down swinging. Just when I said he wasn't getting very many strikeouts, there's one for Halter. This I'll show you. All right, we head to the top of the 5th inning. Rams leading over the Tigers 5-1. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio.
Oh, darn it. Whoops. Sorry.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Nate Mullins on the call with Connor Roush. We get ready to start the top of the 5th as the Upper Sandusky Rams on top of the Tigers here in Attica. Due up next for the Rams, the cleanup hitter, Evan Heinsman. That triple that was hit by Caden Holman, it's the first triple of the season for the Rams.
Was it? Does it show if they have any home runs this year?
It does not. It shows 1 home run by Caden Holman. So,
Of course.
and that one just misses.
So he's hit for the cycle, but just for this season.
Right. Yeah, because he's got 8 doubles on the season, which leads the team by a wide margin.
Yes, we have.
Swung on, grounded back to the pitcher. Fritz throws over to first. And that's the first out here in the top of the 5th. 5-1, Rams on top.
Fritz is like, if Halter can do that, I can do that as well.
Let's go back to our pitching matchup. Of course, pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. When we came into this one, I was thinking it was going to be Caden Holman versus Caden Fritz, the matchup of Cadens. But today we got Jacob Halter, and I'll tell you what, this matchup has not disappointed as Halter really has put on a show here today, limiting this Tigers offense to just 1 run through 4 innings.
And what? Just two hits alone? 3 hits?
What's that?
I said, and how many hits has he allowed? Just two or 3?
I think it's at least 3. Because I know Foose had 1. They had a double by the pitcher. there's been a few hits. But that one grounded to the shortstop. Throw over to first, and they get the out at first. So quickly, 2 outs here. But yeah, back to that pitching matchup. Caden Fritz, aside from Caden Holman, I mean, he's pretty much worked his way through this lineup without many scars. But the wounds from Caden Holman run deep here today, I'll tell you. Once again, that's our pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Caden Fritz, an excellent pitcher. And he's really...
Indeed, he is.
Doing a good job of just settling in now as he takes care of the order. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rams in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-1 Upper Sandusky. Nate Mullins on the call with Connor Roush.
I was going to say back-to-back plays there to Hines.
Yeah.
2-6-3 plays to end the inning there.
Jacob Halter on the mound doing a great job here today, limiting this Seneca East offense. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here today. Without them, folks, it just wouldn't be possible. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. A lot of proud community-minded sponsors there on that list. So when you hear those names, frequent those businesses, but most importantly, tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. It helps us sell to new sponsors. Because when you tell sponsors, sponsors tell us. And then we can tell potential new sponsors, hey, it works. See, this is how it works. And that's all it takes on your part. We give you these broadcasts for free. You can watch these broadcasts paywall free anytime. All we ask is that when you hear these names, you go out there and frequent those businesses. Just keep in mind, they are community-minded businesses. Braden Robinson at the plate for the Tigers. Starts out, watches the first pitch down low for a ball. Robinson hits this one to the shortstop. Gloves, throws to first. And on a short hop, the first baseman cleanly picks it. That was a nice play by the first baseman, I'll tell you what.
Big there.
Because that would have ate me up. I'm just saying. We haven't had any calls to the bullpen. Of course, Hope and Fostoria is our call to the bullpen sponsor. These pitchers, both of them, doing a great job here today of just maintaining composure. And Jacob Halter doing a great job of stepping up when his team needed him the most here. As we got some news that Caden Holman was not going to be a part of this pitching matchup before the broadcast here today. And I'm not sure exactly what the circumstances are surrounding that, but I understand there might be an injury relation there, but I don't want to speculate at all. So we hope for the best. Hope that it's nothing major if it is an injury. But when I found out he wasn't in the lineup, I said, man, there's some big shoes to fill here for Jacob Halter. And I'll tell you what, he stepped right into them and filled them admirably.
He sure has.
Swung on and missed. And Blake Bum goes down swinging. That'll bring up Luke Mason. Mason, the second baseman. Watches the first pitch in there for a strike. 3 hits and 15 at-bats for Mason for a 200 batting average coming into this one. That one low. He watches that one for the ball. I want to thank the Seneca East coaching staff and athletic staff over here for their amazing hospitality. They do a great job with these facilities, keeping them, top notch. One of the best baseball, football facilities in this area. But the hospitality over here is really what keeps me coming back.
I don't blame you, Nate.
They're so good to us over here. And Mason swings and misses at that one. And so I think maybe Jacob Halter heard me say he wasn't getting a lot of strikeouts because he's had 3 since then.
I was just going to comment on that. Like, he's been knocking it down and getting some strikeouts. I think he took that personal, Nate.
Just maybe. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you as we start the top of the 6th inning. Upper Sandusky on top of Seneca East here in Attica. 5-1 is your score, and it's been all Caden Holman today. As Caden Holman 3 for 3 and responsible for all 5 runs batted in. And he's trying to add some more here as he's standing not in the on-deck circle, but what do we call that, in the hole, Connor?
In the hole.
Or no, I'm wrong. A few batters before he gets up. Caleb Francis at the plate, the 7-hitter.
Yeah, that was a long pitch there.
That one misses. Take a look at our Sky Cam, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. More like our pitch cam. That one grounded. First baseman cleanly fields it and trots over to first for the first out. Nice play there by Brady Bloom as he gets the put out over there at first. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jacob Halter. That one in there for a strike. Caden Fritz fouls that one off. As Halter fouls that one off. Caden Fritz in his 6th inning of work here. Ahead of the batter, 0-2 on Halter. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Tigers got to work something offensively here, but Fritz needs to just keep doing what he's doing and keep these Tigers in the game, keep this game close. I think if you're Upper Sandusky, you might want to try to add maybe a run or 2 more here as that one gets down in right field. And that will be a 1-out double for the pitcher, Jacob Halter. That'll bring up Josh Heilman. Heilman, a 346 hitter on the season. 9 hits and 26 at-bats. Runner, the stolen base at third. That was close. That was a very close play there. But the runner in safely with the steal. Jacob Halter. That'll be just his 4th stolen base of the year.
Well, his last time on second, he was very active. So you had that feeling he's going to take third at some point here.
Swing and a miss. Runner at third. Here in the top of the 6th. 1 out. 0-2 count here on Heilman. Heilman fouls this one off. We'll come back and do it again at 0-2.
You know how we were talking about earlier on 7, 8, 9 hitters and lineups on teams? Give credit to Upper here on how much they worked today because they're the ones that scored most of the runs.
Yeah. Swung on and missed. Throw from the catcher down to first. And they get the run, or they get the runner. No, they do not get the runner at first, and the run will score. So because of the strikeout, I'm pretty sure did they have to go to first there, Connor? Or could he have picked that up and tagged the runner coming from third? Like, because I would have rather conceded the runner at first and got the lead runner there, but.
I do not believe you're forced to throw the runner out at first, so that, to me, is a free ball.
Well, nevertheless, that adds another run for the Rams. They now lead 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. And that's what I said, Connor. If you're the Rams, you might want to add another run because you never know. This Tigers lineup still has not really they haven't really come to life yet. And there's a lot of good hitters in this lineup, so it's just a matter of time before they maybe get a hold of one. Start a little rally.
Out and already at the top of the lineup again. 4th time through.
That one in there for a strike. It's 1-1 the count. As we're back to the top of the lineup with Ethan Hill. Fouled off by Hill. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Runner down at first base. 6-1 Rams. That one in there for a strike. Hill watches it as Fritz picks up the strikeout. And that's a big out there. Out number 2 for the Tigers.
Looks like a nice close ball inside corner.
I think that's been his key. That's been his best weapon that he's had so far here is his off-speed stuff. Fastball a little bit high. 1-0 the count to Caden Holman.
I agree with you. Placing his off-speed pitches pretty well here tonight.
Caden Holman, responsible for 5 out of the 6 runs for the Upper Sandusky Rams here today. He is 3 for 3 with a triple. Bases clearing triple. And 2 singles. Right? Or did he have a double the last time up?
2 doubles and a...
No, it was a triple. And he had a single in the first.
Yeah, okay, so yes, he had... That last at bat was a double.
So he's a home run shy of the cycle?
That's what I hear.
Well, it's a little windy here. Wind's blowing in. That's going to take a lot to get one out of here. This is a long fence here. And I don't think Caden Fritz is going to give him anything to swing at. That's just me. I wouldn't. Count 3-0 on Holman, I just put him on. And that one's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count now.
Three-one count. Choose the pitch that you want. Got lucky there. Threw it down, but it was ball four. So runner was going to stay at second regardless.
Yeah. And that was kind of my thought when they were trying to keep the runner honest at first. With Holman at the plate, with the damage he's done so far, I don't know if I even want to give him a pitch to hit. Just put him on.
Yeah. Now you have a force out at any base, too.
Runners at first and second with 2 outs. As at the plate now is Blaze Gallant. Gallant on the season, a .333 hitter with 11 RBIs. Tied for the team lead. Who do you think leads the N10 in batting average, Connor?
It'd be silly not to say Holman.
Right, yeah. Caden Holman leads by a wide margin. The next closest batter, Jacob Heiler from Buckeye Central, but he's got about 7 less hits in 9 less at-bats. So Holman, 20 hits and 33 at-bats coming into this game. And he's 3 for 3 today with a walk. This one chopped over to the third. Third baseman gloves and throws to first, and they get the runner at first. Nice play by the third baseman there to get the final out in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 Upper Sandusky as the Rams tack on an extra run here, an insurance run, if you will. But these Tigers trying to make some noise here. Nate Mullins and Connor Roush on the call with you here today. We want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. But let me just tell you about one of our sponsors here. I'll tell you, the folks at First National Bank of Sycamore, we've been doing business with them since we've started here at Heart of Ohio Sports. And they never balk at getting on board with us for anything. Not only that, but they didn't even balk at the idea of giving us a loan so that we could get the Hoosmobile. So it's one of those things where if you're a local business owner, maybe a small business owner, and banks in this area might not be willing to take a chance on you, First National Bank of Sycamore is one of those banks that's willing to give you those chances. And I mean, Jerry Weininger, Grant Eckleberry, just some outstanding people at First National Bank of Sycamore, and that's good businesses are run by good people, and that is exactly what makes First National Bank of Sycamore so successful. It's the people, and it's just top quality staff over there. They'll help you out with anything you've got, anything that you're trying to do. I mean, home loans, auto loans, trying to finance your business. Go over there and talk to the folks at First National Bank of Sycamore. Probably one of the best rates in the area that you're going to find. And I always recommend shop with a small bank first, because that money stays in your community. I know a lot of people like the big banks because you can do all the online stuff. Well, you know what? You can do that with First National too. So get a hold of the fine folks at First National Bank of Sycamore, one of our proud community-minded sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
That pitch right there, Nate. Give me a second here. I'm sorry.
Branson Fennell at the plate. 1-1 the count. That one fouled straight back.
That was Halter's 63rd pitch this game.
You said 53rd?
63.
63? Okay.
Yeah.
This one, chopped to the third baseman, gloves and throws to first, and they get the first out of the inning. But back to the top of the order for the Tigers here as Aiden Hines strolls to the batter's box. The shortstop, Aiden Hines.
And then Fritz Nate has 98 to his name.
That's a pretty high number there, but I'm wondering if they'll have him come back out for the top of the seventh. Hines with another base hit as he drives that one through the infield. And Aiden Hines with a one-out base hit. And the Tigers need to string a few together here. They got to get something going. They need some momentum here, Connor. Going into that seventh inning, they need to get at least a run or two here to feel that momentum surge going into the bottom of the inning.
The more the better.
That's right.
The less work you can do in the seventh is easier on you to do.
Here's our pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. As Caden Fritz at the plate, Jacob Halter on the mound. Halter comes set. And they look the runner back at first. No throw. And snap throw over to first. Halter doesn't like base runners. He's not a fan of guys being on his bases.
We've seen that tonight.
Exactly. Caden Fritz at the plate. 0-2 the count. As Jacob Halter really has just done an excellent job here today. Fritz hits this one foul down the right side. Snap throw to first, and the runner back safely.
Very close.
That was very close, yes.
Good read on Hines to get back.
Right.
Good read on Hines to get back. The wind is picking up a little bit more on there.
Is it blowing in or out?
It's blowing towards the third baseline.
That's what I was seeing, too. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Fritz with a good eye.
Sorry, Nate, but I just looked at a score update here, and we talked a miracle yesterday. They are up on top of Arlington 16-1 right now.
Whoo! Blue Jackets stringing together some runs here. As you know, I tell you, last night they were scoreless until the fifth inning, and then they scored one in the fifth, one in the sixth, one in the seventh. I think they just keep rolling. They just kept it rolling.
Derek has himself a very good team over there in New England this season.
You're absolutely right. Fritz hits this one to the center fielder, and the runner's going to have to go back and tag up at first.
Hines was stealing on that pitch there.
That was, once again, our pitching matchup between those two, as you had Jacob Falter versus Caden Fritz. Once again, our pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Great hit. Good contact.
Yeah. Swung on, chopped back up the middle. Second baseman gloves and throws to first for the final out here in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th inning, and the Rams all over the Tigers here. 6-1 is your score. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
I get an update on that.
All right, and we're back here. Live from Frank Lamoreaux Field. It's gotten a little cloudy since about the start of the 6th inning. Cooling off a little bit out there, Connor. You got to put a jacket on yet?
I want to put my long sleeve on, but it's in the truck. So I'll just have to rough it out here.
Poor guy, stuck out there in the elements.
Oh, well. It's all part of the game here. Best coverage out there for our viewers.
That's right. Once again, let's give a shout out to our SkyCam sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore. Here's the first pitch, the top of the 7th. And that is swung on and missed. Evan Heinzman at the plate for the Rams. That one misses the strike zone. It's 1-1. 6-1, Upper Sandusky on top of Seneca East here in Attica. The Rams buoyed by an outstanding game so far here by Caden Holman, as he is 3 for 3 with a single, a double, a triple, and a walk, and 5 runs batted in.
You don't hear that often in a game.
No, right? I mean, that's almost a cycle. Other than the home run, that's like the cycle. If he's able to get one out, I mean, that's every stat you can fill. This one swung on, hit into right center field. This is going to be trouble, but the right fielder able to get over there. It just hung up there just a little too long, and the right fielder was able to go over there and make the play for the out.
With that wind blowing in, it definitely helped slow that ball down.
Caden Fritz up over the 100 pitch count now. As we got one out here on the top of the 7th. Gavin Fry at the plate for the Rams. That one low.
And Nate, I think seeing Fritz pitching here in the 7th inning just shows you how important these conference games are.
Oh, absolutely.
In which each one matters, and the N10 does things a little different. They usually play their schedule back-to-back games. I'm not sure what the schedule looks like tomorrow for these two. I think this is the first matchup between them this season, but they usually play back-to-back games.
I kind of like that.
I like it too, because it really shows how you are as a team when you have your 1v1 game 1 and then your 2v2 game 2, and that shows, especially game 2, on how your team really is.
And I really feel like sometimes you see a team early in the season, then you see them later, and you're not the same team. They're not the same team, It's like a completely different matchup. And sometimes, that lends itself to a better storyline or whatever, but honestly, it's just you want to see the best square off against the best when they're at their best.
Yes, you do. And then it really shows, too, after game one, how you can readjust really quick coming back that next day and see what you can offer out there.
Don't forget, folks, this is not the end of our action-packed opening week of baseball here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as we have 2 more games coming to you live this Thursday. Yes, that's right, both games on Thursday, as we'll have the X-Stream back in action. Zach Dillon and Connor Roush will be on the call for the X-Stream presentation of Tiffin Calvert versus Tiffin Columbian softball, live from Ted Rumback Field at Tiffin Calvert. And then as part of the, what's that?
I said I love my X-Stream too.
Right. And then as part of our doubleheader action, not exactly a traditional doubleheader, as this one grounded to the third baseman, and he's unable to field it cleanly. So Gavin Fry will work himself on board with a 1-out single. I don't know if that's going to be a single or an error. Not sure, but that was really hard that was a hard hit ball. So that's going to be hard for anybody to make that play and to make the throw over. I don't know.
Backhanded grab.
Yeah.
No throw. I would probably give that a single.
Once again, on Thursday, we've got 2 matchups coming to you live from Tiffin Calvert facilities as the honor games take place this Thursday. Tiffin Columbian versus Tiffin Calvert in baseball and softball. We'll have the baseball game here on the main channel, softball game on the X-Stream channel. Both of those games set for a 5 o'clock first pitch. This one blooped into center field for a base hit. And the Rams continue to do some damage here, as now they got runners at the corners with just 1 out.
We'll say, what do we know, Nate? We're right back to runners on the corners again.
Runners on the corners. And that'll bring up Caden Francis. Or Caleb Francis, I'm sorry. Too many Cadens out there. I think everybody's a Caden.
Would you take that as a compliment?
I would. Francis has had himself a heck of a ball game as well. A couple of singles, stolen base. These Rams really have made life miserable for Caden Fritz here today.
They just get at it.
It's just like they're relentless in their approach, and they're patient and methodical. So you're not going to just – there's nothing easy against these Rams. You're not just going to get one by them, You can't just have those get-me-by pitches because they're going to golf that one into right field,
You have to earn everything.
Caleb Francis at the plate. 0-2 the count here. Caden Fritz up over 100 pitches here today. Might be his last batter. We'll see. Throw down. And this one off the mark and into center field, and that's exactly what you were talking about, Connor. That's exactly what you don't want.
No.
You throw that one down from home plate. That's a hard throw to make. I think the throw was on target. Just the fielder wasn't able to field it cleanly. So another run will score for the Rams.
I just got an update here. Fritz is at 117 pitches.
117. Yeah, it's going to be.
So this will most likely be his last batter.
Most likely.
And look at this, Nate. We finally have a left-handed batter. I say that and I give love because I'm a left-handed batter myself. Hey, guess what? That's closer to the first base as well.
Right. Two down, top of the seventh, runner at second base. Case and Gottfried at the plate. Just his 6th plate appearance of the year. I should say his 6th at bat. He does have a walk as well, so 7 plate appearances on the year for Gottfried. And this one fouled back. He's got the look of a baseball player, though, doesn't he?
I was just going to say that, Nate.
Reminds me a little bit of Nick Palm, the way he stands in there, that stance.
Very true. I see it a lot.
Maybe it's just the number 7. I don't know. That one misses outside. 2-2 the count.
Yeah.
This is going to be his last batter here for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Can he get out of this without any other damage? Inside, and now the count is full.
This would be huge for Fritz to get out of it.
All the way to the backstop. Runner will advance from second to third. And now runners at the corners. And that's going to be the end of the day for Caden Fritz, most likely. We'll see. I don't know. Are we? Yeah.
123 pitches.
And that's going to be it for Fritz today.
For him to pitch 6.2 innings, it's a good outing for Central East and not eating up a lot of pitchers, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key. Try to limit the amount of pitchers that you need to use.
Especially with how the schedule is and how many games that they schedule during the week. It's very important not to abuse and use a lot of pitchers, which actually they're going to keep Fritz on here.
Oh, all right. I think they're just going to tell him, like,
his last 2 pitches.
Like, this is going to be, they're basically probably just going to tell him to.
Runners on the corner again.
Probably just going to tell him to keep it low and try to pitch to contact here, but we'll see. Snap throw back to first, and runner back safely.
That ball was thrown perfectly. We got it out. Still a good pickup.
This one hit back up the middle. Fielded, and they step on second for the final out. But the damage has been done, and the Rams extend that lead out to 7-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Tigers down to their last 3 outs here. Got to make something happen.
For anyone watching this stream, if you're not aware of the pitching rules, if you pitch up to 120, it's like over 100 or 110 pitches or something, you got to sit out 6 or 7 days before you can pitch next. So with Fritz going the distance today, you won't be able to see him until most likely next week.
Yeah.
Just out there, OHSAA trying to protect the pitcher's arms.
Yeah.
And not create some injuries there. Proper rest.
Well, and that's good. They're protecting the pitchers, and you want more of that.
Yes, you do.
Protect these kids.
Where are we at? Third batter in the lineup?
Correct. I believe so. My iPad died, so I'm using paper now. I'm back to the Stone Ages here.
I can pull up Game Changer here.
No, the fourth batter, cleanup hitter, Bowerman. This one hit foul, and play made by the catcher there. Nicely done by Evan Heinzman.
Talking about scheduling, Nate. These two teams will be back at it tomorrow at Sandusky.
Well, that's good to hear.
So we'll most likely see, what would be 2v2. We'll see who the second pitcher is going to be for Upper.
This one gets away from the catcher as Blake Foose will earn himself on board. And Foose earns himself a bag with one out. Let's see if the Tigers can string together a couple hits here, make something happen. Seven to 1 Rams here in the bottom of the seventh. One out as Braden Robinson at the plate. This one swung on, hit into right field. This is going to be trouble. Is it going to get down? It does get down. No, the right fielder made the catch. What a play. I thought it got down because my vision was blocked here. But I tell you what a heck of a play by the right fielder.
And I had Coach Bowerman in my way. So
Justin Heilman.
Play, but what a play there.
Coming up with the catch in right field. And now 2 down for Blake Bum. Halter picks it up, throws over to first, and that's the final out of the ball game. The Upper Sandusky Rams started out behind 1-0, but then they tacked on 7 unanswered runs to steal a win here on the road against the Tigers at Frank Lamoreaux Field. Big time win for the Upper Sandusky Rams, and just the second league loss for the Seneca East Tigers. Folks, we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll have our player of the game. Who's going to be? Stick around. You're going to want to find out. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lease Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lease Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your local homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back here at Frank Lamoreaux Field in Attica, Ohio. Final score, 7-1. Upper Sandusky takes home the win against the Seneca East Tigers here in Attica. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Connor Roush on the main camera. And he is rounding up our player of the game. Once again, our postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here today. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, so it appears that we have our player of the game. And player of the game, of course, brought to you by Your Legacy, or brought to you by Heart of Ohio Sports. But hang on just a second here. I don't know what's going on with our camera, but let's make sure we got this right here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Our camera just froze up for some reason, Connor. I don't know what happened. But
the camera froze up.
Yeah, that main cam just froze up, Connor. I don't know what happened, but yeah, no, I got nothing, Connor. It's all froze up. It's just frozen on. The joys of broadcasting. It was perfect up until somebody gave a thumbs up on the video for some reason, and then now all of a sudden, that's all I can see is the thumbs up, and I don't know what happened. So, once again, our player of the game, brought to you by Heart of Ohio Sports. I can do this camera right here. This sky cam is actually good to go. So, let me see here. Let me just make a quick edit here. There we go. All right. So it's not exactly going to be the best camera shot that we have here, but here is our player of the game, brought to you by Heart of Ohio Sports, Caden Holman. How we doing, bud?
How are you?
I'm doing well, man. So big-time ball game here today for you guys, coming on the road into Tiger Nation. Talk about the mindset coming on the road for a big-time game like this.
Yeah, this was a must-win tonight, and to keep our N10 hopes alive, we dropped a couple games in the past couple weeks, and yeah, tonight was a must-win.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you guys, going forward, this is a big-time win for you guys. You needed this one. Now, you got a couple games in front of you, obviously some important games ahead, but this one has to feel good. Talk about this win for you right now.
Yeah, this one feels good. We're going to enjoy this one for the next couple hours, and then we're going to get ready for tomorrow because that's also a big game.
Yeah, and this is, once again, N10 does these back-to-back games where you play your league opponents on back-to-back nights. Talk about mentality going into these games where you might not have to show your whole hand in that first game. You want to save a little bit for the second game, or what's the mentality?
Yeah, we have another good pitcher coming, and we threw our number one tonight, and then we're coming with our number two tomorrow. He's just as good, and we'll hope to get another win tomorrow.
Yeah, talk about your pitcher, man. Heck of a performance here today. And, I mean, Jacob Halter really put it all on the plate, all on the mound today. Just talk about his composure, his control throughout this game. He really limited this Tigers lineup, who has a lot of talented bats.
Yeah, Jake's always been amazing at strike percentage and always knows how to pound the zone, and it's always fun playing defense behind him because he doesn't walk much at all, and he gets defense into it, and he's a great pitcher all around.
Absolutely. All right, Caden, we had you for player of the game back in football season, and I didn't get a chance to interview you, so I really thank you for your time today. Thanks for coming on with us, and congratulations. Heck of a ball game. 3 for 3, single, double, triple, and a walk, right? Did I get that right? Heck of a ball game today, man. Congratulations. Great game.
All right, thank you.
Any shout-outs you want to give?
I'd like to give a shout-out to Jake. He pitched great, and then shout-out to the rest of the team.
All right.
Played well.
Absolutely. There you have it, our player of the game, Caden Holman. Once again, Upper Sandusky with a big-time win. Thanks again, Caden, for your time. Appreciate you. We're going to step aside, take a quick time out, but we'll be back to wrap things up with more of the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your score, Upper Sandusky 7, Seneca East 1. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here on the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We are live here at Frank Lamoreaux Field. I want to give a big shout-out to our post-game show sponsor, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Hey, look at that. That's the Hoosmobile right there. Isn't she beautiful? Once again, our player of the game, Caden Holman, went 3 for 3 tonight with a big-time 3 RBI triple to get things started for the Tigers. Trying to figure this out here. There we go. Beautiful. So 3-run triple to get things started for the Rams. Sorry, didn't mean to say Tigers. For the Rams. And then another 2 RBIs later on in the 4th inning to stretch that lead out. And that's all it took, really. I mean, they added 2 more runs, but those were just insurance runs just in case. These Tigers, they're always pesky here at home. They are a tough out to put away. But Jacob Halter and Caden Holman wrote the story here today for the Upper Sandusky Rams. What an outstanding ball game. We want to thank our sponsors once again for allowing us to be here. And we're going to wrap things up and get ready to bring you the honor games this Thursday live from Tiffin Calvert Field. Once again, we want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, Once again, your final score, Upper Sandusky 7, Seneca East 1. For Connor Roush, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Frank Lamoreaux Field here in Attica, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Make sure you tune in Thursday for the honor games right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a great night, everybody.